It's time for the Parent Memoirs.
There we go. So welcome to another episode of the Parent Memoirs. I'm Laura Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
All right, so the thing I thought we would talk about today, this was actually a listener email that they sent to us yesterday. Because I posted something on our Facebook page, and listener, what is her name? Layla sent this over to us. All right, so this is from Layla. On our Facebook page, I had posted this little thing yesterday because I was in a mood I was in a Tom Clancy kind of mood. Mm-hmm. So I had watched Patriot Games, which I love. You know, Harrison Ford. That's a great movie. Yes. Patriot Games is a great movie. And Ann Archer is the best Kathy by far. Love her to death. But I put at the end of the movie, they're trying to decide as a family if they want to know the sex of the new baby Kathy's carrying. They decide, and she says to the doctor on the phone, "Okay, tell us." And he does. See? No explosives necessary to learn the genital assignment of your offspring. Knock it off.
Yep.
Okay, so listener Layla sent us this email that I was like, oh God. This is the biggest gender reveal fails ever. 10 parties gone terribly wrong.
Oh boy.
Now, I will say, we didn't do a gender, I just put it on Facebook. I was like, he's a boy.
Yep.
There we go. They told us right in the ultrasound, like, do you want to know? We're like, yes, what is it? It's a boy. Great. And then I put it on Facebook.
Yep.
It was about my limit. Now, you, on the other hand, you have a completely different experience with gender reveals.
Yeah. Well,
because especially with Liam.
Yeah.
there was some anticipation.
There was, but I think Liam was like the only one. I mean, I'm trying to remember. We didn't really do like a gender reveal for Gabby because she was our first one and we just told everybody. And then Amelia and Olivia, I was all pissed off that we were having another girl.
You're like, oh, she's in here.
Yes, my little Amelia is right behind me. But look at that cheesy smile. She's
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
And then,
I got a vagina.
Right? And then, yeah, we did our little gender reveal with Liam, and I totally didn't even think, I didn't think it was really even going to be that big of a deal, because I assumed that people would assume, okay, well, if she's making a bigger deal about this one than the past two, then it has to be a boy.
I don't think anybody really thought that, because I was the only one you told, right?
Yeah.
That it was a boy.
Right.
Beforehand, and everybody was coming up to me, like all your sister-in-laws, they were all pulling me aside. But even for the announcement, there was no explosion. You gave a little picture frame to the girls saying it's a boy, like for them, if I remember it right?
Yep.
So it really wasn't anything super complicated.
No, you're absolutely right. There weren't any explosions, there weren't any balloons. I made 2 gifts, and I gave, I think, one to Olivia and I gave one to Gabby for them to both open
Amelia
at the same time.
Too little.
Yeah, because Amelia was too little. And then Gabby's, I gave her the one with the picture frame in it that said it's a boy because she was the one that could read. And then Amelia's was an outfit or something like that, like a baby boy outfit or something. Yeah. That's it.
But I just remember it being everybody running up to me being like, do you know? Is it a boy? Is it a boy? Is it a boy? I think everybody suspected because you were making a big deal about it. But I think it served 2 purposes because everybody was like, maybe she's making everybody think. Or I think the other assumption was that you were going to say, if it was a girl, you were going to say, and we're done. We're just not having a boy. Right. So I think everybody assumed that if the announcement was a girl, it was also a joint. We're cutting it off here. 4 girls is enough.
Yes. Yes. Because, yeah, you're right. Because everybody was quite ecstatic when we announced that it was a boy. Michael got many handshakes that day.
And the fact that what cracked me up about it was if you watch the video, because I took the video, if you watch the video, the first thing you said was, I could be done having babies!
Yes.
You literally said that. Oh, God.
God.
But that wasn't, once again, that still was something simple and sweet, and it was still clearly very memorable. We didn't need explosions.
Right.
Or fires or anything else. Because apparently this was in the news again, because apparently some dude set off an 80-pound bomb.
What?
In a quarry, right? As a gender reveal, and the explosion was so big it caused property damage, like for a mile around them. Like a woman's like siding and shit on her house was all cracked from it. Sir, your daughter's vagina or your son's penis does not require 80 pounds of explosives to announce.
Right.
Even Meghan and Harry on that Oprah interview were like, it's a girl. Like,
right?
Great. That's all they did. Like, and that's a royal baby. I'm pretty sure.
Right. That's a big deal.
Yeah, granted, they told Oprah. I get it. So maybe I'm wrong. But still, all they did was just say, if the royal baby just needs, like, an announcement, pretty sure you do not need 80 pounds of explosives, sir.
Yeah, like, I just don't even understand why anybody, regardless of your level of intelligence, would assume that that's a good idea.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I don't know.
On Wednesday, news broke of an ill-fated gender reveal scheme that resulted in the deaths, yeah, of 2 individuals on board a single-engine Cessna 206 after the plane plunged into the ocean near the shores of Cancun, where an expectant family had planned to announce their unborn baby's sex in a banner overhead. So one of those planes that has a sign that flies behind it. The parents to be, along with friends and family, gawked in horror as the aircraft streaming the sign, "It's a girl," in tow, took a nosedive into the lagoon.
So, I mean, at least the parents had good intentions, so it was the pilot that fucked up that one.
Right, there was no explosion. Yes, the parents didn't fuck up. There was no explosion. But still, if things are so dangerous, yeah.
That's too bad.
At least they didn't include bomb. I guess I got to give those parents a little bit of a pass. They didn't include a bomb.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I guess I wouldn't assume that there should be a whole lot of danger in somebody driving a plane or flying an airplane and dragging a banner behind him. I mean, they do that all the time.
You would think that one would not be too bad.
But that's just very
But once again, to me, it just feels so unnecessary.
Right.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one was, the horrific accident is a sobering reminder that such gender reveal stunts have hurt or killed several people in recent years and have become a very real threat to the environment. One recent explosive reveal in San Bernardino County, California, prompted a forest fire that saw nearly 23,000 acres of wildlife around the El Dorado Ranch Park destroyed. The injurious trend even prompted the inventor of gender reveal parties, Jenna, I can't say her last name. She says, "For the love of God, stop burning things down to tell everybody about your kid's penis. No one cares but you."
Wow.
Now, here are the 10. This one I think we've all heard about is the Arizona family packed a giant bullseye with explosives. And the consequence was using a tannerite target manufactured for firearms training. The then father-to-be, Dennis Dickey, shouldn't be having kids, ignited a fire that leveled 45,000 acres of Tucson's Green Valley National Forest, resulting in $8 million worth of damage.
Oh,
Okay, this one I will send you the video of this one because wow. The woman in this one is they didn't blow anything up or destroy like the environment, but he nearly took away his ability to have children in the future. So basically what it is they're holding those things that you like twist and like confetti's supposed to shoot out of it. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So they both have one. He twists and blue shoots up.
Oh, hold on. Yes, your ringtone is the Golden Girls.
I love it. Thank you. That makes me so happy. So you can watch that video because you can see it. So he twists the thing, it shoots out blue, but it backfires into his crotch. And it like shoots. But here's the thing. Hers doesn't go off. So husband, if you watch the video, husband is doubled over, like in pain. And she is like trying to twist it, and she's just like, and hubby is like dying.
Right.
And she's just super pissed that his exploded and hers didn't. Now, we're damn lucky that hers didn't, because honestly, it could have hurt the baby.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It's just like, bitch. She was so mad, and you can see it in the video. She's pissed that hers didn't explode into her crotch.
Right?
God, okay.
People, man.
Oh my God. An Australian driver used color-infused rubber tires for burnouts. So the ill-conceived antic caused Samuel, I can't say his last name, Montesalvo, maybe, his car, to burst into flames. Thankfully, heroic bystanders were able to pull the driver from the burning automobile.
That's crazy.
Montesalvo was charged with reckless endangerment with a fine of $1,000 and prohibited from operating a vehicle for 6 months.
Wow.
Sir, you can't drive anymore. We'll let you have a child.
Right?
We'll let you raise an offspring, but you are not to be trusted with a car.
Right?
That's the thing that cracks me up about that story.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And it doesn't really take that much effort to do a burnout with your tires. So I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
No. Let's take a look here. A gender reveal explosion in Iowa launched lethal shrapnel. A gender reveal explosion in Knoxville, Iowa, killed a 54-year-old woman who was not publicly identified. The 54-year-old Knoxville woman, guest of the parents-to-be, was killed when struck with debris launched by the wayward explosion. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh, hey, newborn child, here is your legacy. Your birth announcement or your gender reveal killed somebody. Ta-da!
Honey, when we found out that you had a vagina, we were so excited that we killed one of our very good friends.
Right.
That's how exciting your vagina is. Your vagina has a legacy at this point of murder.
So, wait, so would that make the baby like a bystander? Like an accomplice?
I don't know, maybe a motive? Maybe the baby is the motive. Maybe that's...
Technically, I mean, the whole purpose of the explosion is the baby, so yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. A Texas plane was carrying hundreds of gallons of pink-colored water. And I guess the plan was to drop the water and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Due to the excessive weight, a plane carrying 350 gallons of pink water crashed after unloading the liquid, flying at low altitude. The pilot and the passenger on board survived the impact with only minor injuries. But if you look, it's in the article I sent you. If you look at that plane, kind of surprised it got up in the air in the first place. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Unless that is post-fire, which I guess it could be. I don't know. One way or another, it just does not look safe at all.
Okay. Got you. One of those kind of planes.
Yeah. Now, this one does not sound bad. I'm curious to see. I didn't read all of these. But so I'm curious. I wanted to learn about some of them with you, but I'm curious to know how this one doesn't sound dangerous. This one sounds fine, but okay. A Texas family set up a dartboard with confetti-filled balloons.
Okay.
Okay, so like they're all black balloons. You can't see inside. You pop and pink and
Yeah.
sounds safe.
Okay.
Apparently not. Okay.
Oh boy.
The consequence, Veronica Fernandez of Houston ended up with a dart lodged in her ankle when a thrower missed their balloon target. Later at the hospital, Fernandez, the mom-to-be's sister, got a second shot for treating tetanus after ER doctors removed the dart.
So she had to be standing behind the dartboard?
I don't know. That's where I'm like, this sounds more like a Darwin Award than it does like a gender reveal mishap. Like, why? How?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to stand in the direction that darts are being thrown. You're not supposed to stand in that path.
If the dart is going that way, you need to be that way.
Right.
The dart
like,
is going north, you need to be south. Like,
yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a New York man created a deadly homemade explosive device. Christopher Peckney, the father-to-be, died after accidentally detonating an explosive device that he created for a gender reveal stunt. Christopher Peckney from Livingston Manor died when tinkering with an explosive device intended... Tinkering, by the way. I love that they use the word tinkering. I don't know why. You're not... if you're tinkering with explosives...
You're asking for trouble.
You're asking for trouble, number one, but I don't know if there is such a thing as tinkering. Tinkering implies a lack of danger. It's just lightly...
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, anytime you're working with explosives, I don't feel like the word tinkering should be involved. You better be an expert.
Right? That's a very good point.
He was tinkering with an explosive device intended for his own baby's gender reveal party and prematurely detonated the bomb. The blast also injured Pickney's brother, Michael. So he almost killed his brother, too. Wow. Why the brother didn't stop him, once again, this feels very Darwin Awards-ish. I really want to talk to the Pinkney brothers' parents.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. A Michigan man used... This is bizarre. It's all bizarre. I don't know what I'm talking about. A Michigan man used an antique cannon to fire off a colored cloud. The consequence, an innocent bystander, if somebody at your gender reveal party is described as an innocent bystander. I don't know why that's killing me. It's supposed to be this happy occasion and it's turned into a crime scene.
Right.
With innocent, like it's a drive-by in South Central LA or something. Fuck. Oh, God. An innocent bystander, Evan Silva of Heartland, was struck and killed by shrapnel from the old cannon itself, which had exploded unintentionally, most likely due to too much gunpowder used for the intended bang.
Wow.
So those are the gender reveal things that listener Layla. Thank you, Layla. That made me laugh. I was just like, it shouldn't make me laugh. People died. I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry. But
well, we're not laughing about the fact that they died. We're laughing about the stupidity behind the reasons of their deaths.
This is true. And Tanya and I were talking about this because, Hannah's pregnant. She's about to have her grandbaby. And not about to. It's a ways off. But I guess she's due in November, I think, is what she said. But they were talking about how with one of those 3D ultrasounds, they have an $85 like gender reveal package.
Okay.
And I was like, Tanya, just tell me there's no explosives involved. And Tanya was like, fuck and no. Do you think I'm a moron? I'm like, no, but I just wanted to ensure
right.
There was not, it didn't need to be a conversation.
Right. Well, Avery being Avery.
Thank you.
I honestly wouldn't put it past him.
Thank you. It wasn't Tanya I was concerned about.
Right.
It's her gun-toting, blow shit up, hunting giant son who's like, boom! Like, okay.
Yeah.
Boy! Girl! Boy! Girl! I don't know.
No, I think it's a fair question. Again, not questioning Tanya, but I really wouldn't put it past Avery to try to do some crazy ass shit.
And I'm not questioning Avery's intelligence in any way. He's
Right.
just a dude that he's a typical dude and maybe that's what the issue is. I don't know though. I really do feel like some of this is chicks who are just like, I want an explosion. Like, I want it to be bigger and better than Mary's down the street because Mary's was amazing and I have to top Mary because fuck Mary. Like,
No, I could see that. I would agree. I would say it's equal, men and women just making unfortunate decisions.
so women trying to one up each other and men just wanting to blow something
Blow
up.
shit up. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, that's just the way the world is. We just gotta accept it for that.
Oh, God. It's like what we were talking about in the fucking Leonard story, where we were talking
Leonard.
about how, yeah, I know, fucking Leonard. But we were talking about how his father, like, was an explosives expert in the mine, and how I truly believe, like, I still to this day don't believe that his dad knew. I think he taught him like how to do this stuff when he was a kid, and you and I said it at the time, like, boys bond over shooting stuff, blowing stuff up, drinking beer, and barbecuing.
Right.
Like beer, barbecue, guns, and bombs. Like, it's like a boy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't think so. I mean, they're manly activities that most fathers and sons bond with.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my God. So I have to. Okay, so let's talk about one more thing here.
Okay.
And I worry that me talking about this is going to, I don't know, cause a call to social services. I don't know. I'm mildly concerned.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So TJ saw the preview for Mortal Kombat, the new one that just came out on HBO Max. And George and I hadn't seen the preview.
Okay.
But we loved the original Mortal Kombat. Like, so we were like, Mortal Kombat! And we have been trying desperately to get TJ to watch movies with us because we are movie people. But TJ does not.
Yeah.
Like, he'll watch The Secret Life of Pets. He'll watch Hotel for Dogs. But, like, we struggled to get him to sit and watch a movie. So he asked us, can I watch Mortal Kombat? And we were like, oh, yes, you want to watch a movie? Heck yes. And it's a movie that we both loved. The first one. Yay. Okay. Then we saw the preview. Yeah. And then we watched the first 7 minutes because they released the first 7 minutes on HBO Max.
Okay.
Oh. I was like, oh. Like stabbing somebody through the top of the skull and blood flying everywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like,
Nice.
Uh-oh. We could be in deep trouble here. Oh, God. Okay. Fine. Whatever. So, George and I talk about it some more, and I actually watched it first on Saturday, because it came out on Friday.
Okay.
I watched it on Saturday, and George and I talked about it, and we were like, okay, we will let him watch, but we are going to have a conversation first. Like, this is fake. This is just like your games that you play, This is fake. I was like, and if it gets too scary, just close your eyes or we can turn it off completely and we can watch the original. The original's not bad.
Right.
Okay, fine. I didn't realize they remade this and it was rated R. I was like, wait a minute, what? Because I think the first one was like PG-13 or some nonsense. Like,
yeah, that sounds about right.
It wasn't bad. I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah. This is weird. So we watch it, and we watch the first 7 minutes, and we're all sitting on the couch, and I'm just kind of like eyeballing TJ from the side, like, is he okay? Is he all right? And like, I'm not paying attention. I've already seen it at this point. I'm not paying attention to the movie at all. I'm just watching him, and he's just eyes bugging out of his head. And I'm just like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And then it gets to a point, and I won't give away too much, but a little bit of spoilers. there does come a point where there's a fight going on, and the bad guy gets his arm chopped off, and his stomach split open, and his guts literally come falling out of his stomach, and there's a sword right through his eye.
Ooh,
okay,
nice.
fine.
Okay.
So we're watching this, and the whole time I'm just like covering, like I'm trying to resist covering his eyes.
Right.
But this is when George was like, "Oh fuck, your obsession with serial killers. We're raising one. Here it is, right there. Oh great, lovely." Because I'm like, "Are you okay?" I ask him, I'm like, "Are you all right? Is that scary?" And TJ goes, "That's not terrifying. That's satisfying."
Oh no! Satisfying. Oh my god.
Fuck me running. And George and I are dying. Like, we are laughing. Just tears, holding our stomachs, just dying. And then TJ clarifies, he's like, "It's only satisfying because he's a bad guy, mommy." I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Well.
I'm like, okay, well, thank you for clarifying.
Right.
But I'm still very nervous. I'm like, why did I let my child watch it? And then for the next 3 days, because then that was Sunday during the day. At night, that night, TJ was not doing good. Like, he had a fever. He got sick as hell. And he was sick for a couple of days. And he must have he watched it like 4 or 5 times. And now I feel like a shitty parent.
No. I mean, come on. Amelia's watched Freddy Krueger. And Mike and I both, like, we both had issues as kids because of fucking Freddy Krueger, and But then she was like, last week, she was like, "Well, I want to watch Gremlins." And I was like, okay, well, you handled Freddy Krueger all right. Gremlins is like nothing. And so I let her watch Gremlins, and she got halfway through it to when the one gremlin falls into the pool at the YMCA, and the pool just starts bubbling and sloshing everywhere. And she was like, "Mom, I know what's about to happen in that pool, and I think I'm done now." She was like, "I know how many gremlins there are just from the little bit of water that got on the one. So if that one fell in the pool, I know what's about to go down, and I'm done." And I was like, "That's fine."
"Mom, I'm going to throw up the deuces and call it a day."
I was like, "That's fine, honey. That's absolutely fine. I got no issues with that. A for effort."
It's so funny how things that freak us out as kids, like, don't even come close to, like, upsetting.
Yeah.
But other thing, like, it's the Patton Oswalt joke where he talked about how his daughter, like, he had turned on the TV one day to watch, like, Doc McStuffins or something.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was...
And the skeleton thing.
Right, it was the wolf man. And she was like, "That doggy was wearing a shirt." Like, she didn't know. Like,
yeah.
So, it just, the things that freak us out as kids, like, as adults.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it just, like, for me, like, my most terrifying ever, there were two things I was absolutely petrified of. One was Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Freaked me the fuck out. Nightmares.
I could see that.
Reoccurring nightmares about when he turned into a donkey. Beyond upsetting. Like, I can't even. Like, it was beyond upsetting. And then there was another one. It was some cartoon. I want to say it was like He-Man or something. And the bad guy turned into stone. And the idea of, like, just turning into stone was so terrifying to me. Like, nightmares. TJ, but I'm sitting here. My dad called me. My parents watched him, and he got to, like, he was playing on the iPad, and he was playing Stick Wars. And my dad was like, "I think that's a little violent for him." And I'm like, and then I let him watch Mortal Kombat. I'm like, "Dad, it's stick figures getting stabbed. It's really not." But, okay. I'll let him watch the monster with his guts flying out of his stomach. I'm like, okay, but Stick Wars. How am I supposed to say to this kid, no, Stick Wars is where we draw the line.
I know.
Then I'm just a moron. Like, Oh
I
my
hear ya, I
gracious.
understand.
All right. Well, why don't we go
I
ahead
get
and
it.
wrap this one up? We'll do a quick Q as in cucumber if that's okay. So if you guys have stories, suggestions, or topics you want to hear, or anything you want to share, feel free to send it to theparentmemoirs@yahoo.com. So until next time, I'm Lara Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
Love your faces.
Keep it sane.
Hey, Parent Peeps. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or on your favorite podcasting platform. Stay strong, mommies and daddies. Love your faces.